Because remember, when Jesus took our punishment, how many sins did he die for? All of them. Past, present, and future. So even, this is the part that for some reason trips up a lot of people, and it tripped me up. Even if I commit sins in the future after receiving the gift of salvation, am I still saved if I commit sins in the future? Yes. Why? Because Jesus already paid for that. He already knew that that was going to happen. He paid for it. Just as much as if in my past, let's say I committed a sin like murder, right? Really bad sin. If I commit that in the past and I receive Jesus today, and let's say he comes around and he says, no way you're saved. You remember what you did in the past? Everyone would instantly say, hey, you can't say that. Jesus paid for his sins, right? Now, flip that to the future. This is where people have a problem with. I don't understand why, but same scenario for the future. I received Jesus Christ today, but then let's say I commit that sin in the future. People are like, no way you're saved. Look at your works. You saw what you did? That proves you weren't really saved. Well, hold on. When I received Jesus, in that case in the past, he promised to wash that away as well. Now, here's where people they'll understand that, but here's where the next hiccup usually comes in, and it's very understandable. Is they'll say, so what you're saying then is I could just be saved today, just do whatever I want? Well, long answer and short answer. Technically, you could, but the Bible tells us not to. It says, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? It says, God forbid you should do that. Why? Because the Bible goes on to teach that once you're saved, you become God's child, and God becomes your father. That's what it means to be born again, right? Here's what happens. In Hebrews chapter 12, the Bible tells us that once we're saved, if we decide to live a really bad life and be reckless, is he still our father? Yes. Are we still his child? Yes. But here's what happens. The Bible says here in Hebrews 12 verses 5, it says, but ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So according to the Bible, once you get saved, God is your father. And if you decide to live in disobedience to him, guess what's going to happen? He's going to chastise you, right? If you could lose your salvation,
why do you care about it?
Yeah, why is he even chastising you for? If he just, all right, you lost it. Why does he need to chastise? Was he going to chastise you until you lose it? That doesn't make sense, right? Because that would be like being in a relationship with the mom and dad. It's like, you know what, I'm giving you too many whoopings. You know what? Biologically, you're not my child anymore. That could never happen, right? Even if she made the statement, it still doesn't change the fact that that's your child, right? Same thing with God. So